Speaker, I want to say I think from the opening remarks of the President, I was so delighted when he said that he is a listening President. There is nothing as important as having somebody who is able to listen. And even some members of the public were castigating the members of Parliament that when the President said that he's cancelling the Adani and Ketrago deal on airport and Ketrago deal, members of Parliament clubbed. We were so elated because we realized that our President listens when the members of public are agitated or when they complain about something, he's able to listen. Another thing that he said that he doesn't know if at times whether there is a discussion whether the leaders understand that there is a problem in the public. That tells you and that shows you that also he is aware of what the members of public goes through, what is affecting this country. And I'm very sure that somebody who understands something and is able to confess that he really understands is able to find a solution for it. So, Mr. Speaker, let me appreciate that at least if we have somebody who listens and understands, at least that person will be able to give a well-informed decision. And Mr. Speaker, our President has chosen to the road that is less traveled, Mr. Speaker, or the unpopular one that is not frequently traveled by so many people. There are some of the things that he would have chosen not to go into them. Like many of the times since the independence of this country, many of our presidents have chosen to be normal presidents, not touching complicated and complex issues. Like we have had NHI for quite a very long time. It has not been working well. It has not been serving the members of public very well. But people would fear to touch on it. Like some of the things like university funding model. It has taken a very bold and courageous step for the President to decide and change the funding model. And Mr. Speaker, we are beginning to see fruits because it means that we will have equity in our society, whereby those who are less fortunate will not be graded equally with at least those who are a little lucky in life. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to applaud him by realizing that in our society we are not equal, we are different. People have been blessed differently. It was so unfortunate that a member of Parliament like myself and my neighbor, who maybe doesn't even have enough to be able to educate and feed his children, were paying the same fees, school fees in the university. But after grading and putting the different category of students in different bands, at least each and every Kenyan is able to access university. And also there was a crisis in this country that many people didn't realize that most of our universities were on their ICU. They were dying. And Mr. Speaker, I'm so sad because as we speak, and I'm an alumni of Moi University, I don't know if Moi University will think, where will I be telling the stories to my grandchildren in future of the university that I went to? It will be so shameful to say that you went to a defunct or a dead university. But I want to believe the university funding model will be able to revive our universities and also give a chance and a life to the less fortunate members of the society. And I'm sure these members of Parliament and even those who have in the society will be happy because there will be very less and very little around-based to attend to make sure that all our universities go to, all the students go to university. Another thing, Mr. Speaker, that I was so happy with the speech of the President is about the subsidy. I come from Elgeyo Marakwet County. That is a region that is people plant crops. With the subsidized fertilizer and the good weather that God blessed us with, we were supposed to get a bumper harvest, Mr. Speaker. And if you are aware, Uganda this time has closed its borders and not allowing maize to come to Kenya because they were not blessed with much rain like we were. And Mr. Speaker, that has cushioned the Kenyans from having shortage of food this year. And Mr. Speaker, I want also to appreciate and to advise governors that governors please do a last mile delivery of the fertilizer to the interiors of the counties. Like for example, in Elgeyo Marakwet, we only have the last cereals in Chesoy.
Yeah, I had half a minute, please.
Thank you. I would wish that the governor can do a last mile to the very end of Elgeyo Marakwet counties and the interior parts, because if a farmer is going to incur some other amount of money to transport the fertilizer, it will never be subsidized, Mr. Speaker, because they'll end up using a lot of money to do the delivery and it will be meaningless. So I want actually to also appreciate for the sugar factories. My brothers and sisters in Western Kenya will have employment, they'll produce sugar, and I believe in plenty that it will earn us a foreign exchange. We will have more than enough sugar, Mr. Speaker. Last but not least, I want to appreciate the additional of teachers. Those teachers will not be going to the who is who schools, Mr. Speaker. It will go to the village schools, the public primary schools, where parents who are not able to take their children to private schools take their children. They have been suffering because they've not been having enough teachers to teach the already suffering children by their parents not being able to pay the private schools. And I want to appreciate him for seeing that and feeling that as students.
The MP for Webuye, followed by the MP for Sotik, and then MP for Ruto and Kagombe, Mheshimiwa. Imrua, you'll be in the next group. Just relax.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to appreciate the President for performing his duty and responsibility under Article 132 of reporting to the nation on matters of critical